Hello there. There is talk of challenging the Benn Surrender Act through the courts. Now that would be an interesting enterprise. The Tory Brexiteer MP for Shrewsbury, Kawczynski, is drawing up plans to challenge the legality of the Benn Surrender Act through the courts. This is the act that would require the Prime Minister to send a pre-canned letter to Brussels asking for an Article 50 extension. And according to the press, Kawczynski is meeting up with unnamed top London barristers on Friday to investigate the possibility. This move comes as the Prime Minister vows to take the UK out of the EU on the 31st of October, deal or no deal, which puts him at loggerheads with the requirements of that Surrender Act. But on the Radio 4 Today programme, the Prime Minister pointed out yesterday many of the concerns about how this Surrender Act came about, saying, "There is a legitimate question to be asked about the generation of this Standing Order 24 legislation. It's a very interesting situation. We have bills, an act, the so-called Surrender Act, which I'm afraid has massive consequences for the people of this country and would have massive consequences for the economy of this country were it to be effected. We have no knowledge of how it was produced. It is not subject to normal parliamentary scrutiny. There are no bill committees by which the processes can be invigilated. No one knows by whose legal advice it was drawn up. I do think we need to work out as we go forward how we scrutinise these things properly. They are a constitutional novelty, to say the least." Kawczynski said he and his lawyers would be looking at ways that the Hillary-Benn Surrender Act could be challenged because two can play at that game, he said, in obvious reference to the heroine of Remain, Gina Miller. And he went on to say, "In actual fact, this Benn Act has been cobbled together and we have absolutely no idea who has advised them about this. There has even been speculation that foreign entities may have been involved. If this Act is the main instrument by which Remainers are trying to thwart a no-deal Brexit, it's essential to test whether it is legitimate. And obviously, whatever we do, we have to do very quickly. We've got to get our skates on." But this, just like the Robin Tilbrook case, would be a pro-Brexit case. I therefore suspect that the court system will work at its most glacial pace to ensure that any case he submits will be buried under mounds of cobwebs long before anyone gets around to having a look at it. Then there's the matter of what can actually be done, apart from enriching another swathe of solicitors and barristers, of course. They can't take the Queen to court for signing it, and you can't take Parliament to court for the way it conducts its internal business. Neither can the Speaker be challenged, as his word is law in the House of Commons and can never be challenged by judges. And both Boris Johnson and government wouldn't, I assume, be challenged either, because at the end of the day the statute was made by the sovereign law-making body of the land, Parliament. And that law states that a letter must be sent by the PM on a certain day if certain conditions are or are not met. So what does that leave? One assumes that the lawyers will have to look at challenging the effect of the letter, with the main question being, is the source of the letter Parliament or government? If the courts decide it's Parliament, then it could lead to the letter being deemed ineffective, as EU law doesn't allow negotiations with Parliament, or so I believe. But if the courts decide that Boris Johnson's signature on the letter makes it come from government, even if forced, then it could be deemed effective. And of course, at the end of the day, that would be a decision for the UK Supreme Court to decide. And which way do you reckon that would go? Please share and comment, and thank you for watching. Please do like and share this video. And also subscribe to my channel. And when subscribing, please do remember to press on the little bell next to the subscribe button. That way you'll get an alert every single time I put up a new video. And thank you very much for watching.